Step into my shoes for a moment if you would. It's 2025, and I've never seen any of the big three anime. I've watched plenty of other shows, love JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, Jujutsu Kaisen, Full Metal Alchemist, Trigun. I've seen a lot of what people would consider classics, but never any of the big three. I thought, hey, I should probably experience one of the big three anime, and frankly, Naruto and One Piece didn't really ever catch my attention. But I decided to look into Bleach. I have no knowledge of the manga. I have not seen any of the anime. I don't even know any of the spoilers. It's pretty well just intact for me. Starting out, you get 63 episodes of, well, maybe not the highest visual quality anime, some great story, especially the Soul Society arc. Cool fights, neat abilities, hype moments, honestly.
誇りを汚すということがどういう報いを受けるのかをな。
The ultimate plot twist at the end of Soul Society arc, which, I mean, can I really spoiler this old of an anime? But I'll save it. I won't say it out loud. So just enjoying all these episodes, having a great time, and then hits episode 64, the Bount arc. Now, I had heard of the Bount arc before I watched Bleach. I have heard this is a horrible arc, it's not canon, some of the worst filler of all time. You could just Google, what are the worst anime arcs of all time? Many of the top 10 lists that I saw have the Bount arc in kind of like the midpoint of that top 10 list. But I told myself, hey, I don't know what is canon, what's not. I'm going to watch the Bount arc. And this is why the Bount arc almost made me quit Bleach. I've already set the stage a little bit about some of the neat stuff that you get leading up to the Bount arc. Up to the Bount arc, Bleach is interesting. Yeah, sure, maybe there's some weird pacing here and there, maybe some characters that I'm still trying to understand why or even if I should care about them. Not a huge fan of Orihime or Chad. Ishida's cool. Ichigo's definitely cool. Rukia is great. The captains from the Soul Society are all interesting. I think they have neat abilities. Byakuya is cool. Renji is all right. There's no shortage of somebody, even if you're not into like every single character up till now, there's someone interesting, someone that you probably like. You want to see their story, what's playing out, maybe a little bit of their backstory. When you hit the Bount arc, you've watched 63 episodes up till now. The Bount arc filler is 47 episodes straight. This is just a giant chunk of non-canon material. But I thought, how bad could it be? Maybe some of these interesting characters that I talked about, some of these captains or some of the main cast or the ancillary folks, hey, maybe there'll be some fights or cool, I don't know, interactions with folks. It's not there. Bount arc sucks so hard. What is it though exactly about the Bount arc that makes it so bad? I'm coming at this with a perhaps unique perspective in that I have no knowledge of Bleach prior. I don't know any spoilers about Bleach. I have not read the manga, so I went into it blind and I just told myself I'm not going to skip it. I'm going to watch the whole thing. So here are some of those problems that I think I've identified with the Bount arc. Here's problem number one. It's way too long. You have almost as many filler episodes that do not matter as you did canon episodes. Okay? It's way too long. Now, I understand why it was done. I think you did a disservice, though, if you're making people almost quit the entire anime because of your filler arc. It was not that good. Another problem with the Bount arc is that the characters are just boring. I'm trying to remember names of characters from the Bount arc. I have Karia and Tao, the lady, right? The lady scientist. Who else was in the Bount arc? The villains are so forgettable and they're so uninteresting. Compare that to someone like Byakuya. You get to see this captain. He comes back to take Rukia in the fight between Ichigo and Renji. Byakuya flash steps, breaks his Zanpakuto, then just like obliterates Ichigo, leaves. I mean, like, this guy is cool. You're thinking like, oh man, I can't wait to see more of this guy. Karia is just like a cosplay Dio that isn't as interesting. There's nothing good I can say about the villains in the Bount arc. I don't even remember the other one's names to bring them up. One of them I remember though is that stupid ball doll that they're fighting with. What's the deal with these like knockoff stands? The villains are super boring. They're not interesting. At least we have fights though, right? Nope. I mean, let's think about what fights were interesting from the Bount arc. You have maybe that guy with like the rainbow light sword, whose name I can't remember because he was not that interesting, but the fight was like, okay. The ball doll shooting things. You have the flame Atronach from Oblivion. You have literally just water drowning people. There are not good fights in the Bount arc, in my opinion. I think that if you just were to objectively look at these fights compared to either of the sandwiching arcs, if you take the Bount arc fights and you compare them to the Soul Society fights, Soul Society just stomps the Bount arc fights. And I think if you take the fights from the Arrancar arc, those stomp the Bount arc fights. So like, it's so long, boring characters, the fights suck. And let me give you, I'm not gonna make this video super long, but let me give you probably the biggest sin of the Bount arc. They ruined the feel of Battle Ignition, which I think is like the best, if not the second best song in the Bleach soundtrack, because number one may very well be number one, if not Battle Ignition. This song is so cool. When the two captains are squaring up against Yamamoto and they've got the dual wield Zanpakutos and they're releasing their blade, the Shikai, and Yamamoto's basically like glazing how cool they are. Like here's that clip for you.
波ことごとく我が盾となれ創業の断り花風乱れて家臣なき加点胸骨
Okay, now where does Battle Ignition play in the Bount arc? Oh, here you go.
どうして秘密が分かったの？
ヒントはとっくに出ていた。図を書いて初めて分かったよ。これは子供の遊びだ。部屋は 3×3 の9部屋。あとはそれを無限にループさせていただけ。そして縦でも横でもとにかく3マスを行き切れば勝ち。だから君たちは3マス揃いそうになると邪魔をする。仕掛けてある罠は全部幻覚だ。いくらなんでも僕たちの動きに合わせて本物の罠を仕掛けるわけにはいかないからね。幻覚なら君たちの好きなように誘導できる。
So look, here's a quick, concise, easy, digestible version that I wish I had had for someone to just say, hey, look, from a newbie's perspective, I don't know Bleach. I'm coming in blind. I don't know anything about it. I haven't read the manga. I don't know the spoilers. Skip the Bount arc. I'm not a part skipper, okay? Part 1 of JoJo sucks. I tell people to watch it. Skip the Bount arc. Save yourself the trouble. Save Bleach for you because look, the arcs after Bount, cooking. Don't let it ruin it for you. Don't be me, where it almost kills the anime or maybe even does kill the anime for you. Just skip the Bount arc.